What happens when a quiet moment on live television becomes more uncomfortable than an argument, and one unexpected question leaves an Oscar-winning actor staring into silence while an entire studio waits for an answer? Make sure to subscribe to the Star Talks and like and comment for more talk show coverage. Whoopi. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here with somebody people always have a lot to say about, whether it's his performances, interviews, or the way he chooses to step into uncomfortable conversations. Please welcome Joaquin Phoenix. Audience applause rises, a few cheers breaking through louder than the rest. Joy, they love you. Joaquin. That always surprises me. The audience laughs softly. Sonny, really? After all these years? Joaquin shrugs, leaning slightly back in his chair. Joaquin, yeah. I still never really know what to do when people clap at me. Whoopi laughs. Whoopi. You smile and pretend you expected it. Audience laughter. Alyssa. Or fake confidence like the rest of us. More laughter. Joaquin gives a small smile, shoulders relaxed but reserved. Whoopi. You've always struck people as somebody who thinks a lot before speaking. Joaquin. Sometimes too much. Joy. That explains some of those pauses in interviews. Audience laughs again. Joaquin. Yeah, but the pauses are honest. Whoopi nods. Whoopi. That's actually what people appreciate. Because most folks come on television and they got polished answers. Sonny. Very polished. Whoopi. Like suspiciously polished. Joaquin laughs quietly. Joaquin. I'm definitely not polished. Whoopi. No, you're not. Audience laughs. Whoopi folds her hands on the table and leans in. Whoopi. You know, one thing I've always wondered about you, and people debate this online all the time, is whether you actually enjoy fame or whether fame feels like something that just happened to you. Joaquin exhales slowly. Joaquin. Probably the second one. Sonny. But you've been famous for a long time. Joaquin. That doesn't necessarily make it feel normal. Joy interrupts. Joy. But you chose this business. Joaquin looks toward her. Joaquin. I chose acting. I don't know if anybody fully chooses everything that comes with it. The audience murmurs softly. Joy. That sounds like something every celebrity says. A few audience laughs. Joaquin smiles politely. Joaquin. Maybe because there's some truth to it. Whoopi raises a hand slightly. Whoopi. Hold on. I get what he means. Sonny. I do too. Whoopi turns back. Whoopi. People think being recognized all the time sounds exciting until it happens every day. Joaquin nods. Joaquin. Yeah. It's complicated. Alyssa. Do you resent it? Joaquin pauses. Joaquin, no. I mean, sometimes I resent expectations. Sonny. That's different. Joaquin. People want certainty from you. They want you to explain yourself perfectly. Joy laughs. Joy. Well, you're on television. Audience laughter. Joaquin laughs too. Joaquin. Fair point. Whoopi studies him for a moment. Whoopi. Can I ask something without you getting mad at me? Audience reacts immediately with a few sounds. Joaquin smiles nervously. Joaquin. That sounds dangerous. Whoopi, see? That reaction right there. Audience laughter. Whoopi leans closer. Whoopi. You've had moments where interviews got uncomfortable. Sometimes people walk away saying, he seemed annoyed, or he looked checked out. Joaquin shifts in his seat. Joaquin, okay. Whoopi. Do you think people misunderstand your silence? There's a beat. Joaquin glances down briefly. Joaquin, probably. Sonny jumps in gently. Sonny. Because silence makes people uncomfortable. Joaquin nods. Joaquin. Yeah. Whoopi. But can I be honest? Joaquin. Sure. Whoopi. Sometimes your silence makes people think you're judging them. Audience reacts with a mix of laughter and surprise. Joy immediately jumps in. Joy. I was going to say it. Audience laughs louder. Joaquin looks up, visibly caught between amused and uncomfortable. Joaquin. That's interesting. Whoopi. No, I'm serious. Sonny. I've wondered that too. Alyssa. Honestly? Sometimes people project things onto quiet people. Whoopi points toward Alyssa. Whoopi. True. But I'm talking about interviews specifically. She turns back toward Joaquin. Whoopi. You'll go quiet and everybody in the room suddenly looks nervous. The audience laughs again. Joaquin rubs his hands together lightly. Joaquin. I don't think I'm judging people. Joy interrupts. Joy, but are you? Audience laughs. Joaquin laughs quietly too. Joaquin, no. Joy. That pause was suspicious. Louder audience laughter. Whoopi smiles but keeps her focus. Whoopi. I think people are curious because you can go from really warm to really distant. The energy at the table shifts slightly. Joaquin's posture tightens just a bit. Joaquin. I don't know if distant is the word. Whoopi. What word would you use? Joaquin pauses. Joaquin. Careful. Sunny nods slowly. Sunny. That feels more accurate. Whoopi stays with it. Whoopi. Careful because you don't trust the process. Or careful because you don't trust the questions. The audience quiets. Joaquin shifts again, looking down briefly. Joaquin. Depends. Whoopi. On. Joaquin smiles faintly but doesn't answer immediately. There's a noticeable pause. Joy glances sideways. Joy. See, now everybody's uncomfortable. Audience laughter breaks the tension for a second. Joaquin laughs softly. Joaquin. Maybe I'm uncomfortable. Whoopi. That's fair. Her tone softens. Whoopi. You know I'm not trying to corner you. Joaquin nods. Joaquin. I know. Sunny leans in. Sunny. Do interviews ever feel performative to you? Joaquin answers faster this time. Joaquin. Yes. A small audience reaction follows. Sunny. Why? Joaquin exhales. Joaquin. Because there's pressure to be entertaining and honest at the same time. Joy. Welcome to daytime television. Audience laughter. Joaquin smiles. Joaquin. Exactly. Whoopi watches him carefully. Whoopi. But here's the thing, and this is the question I'm genuinely curious about. The audience quiets again. Whoopi speaks more carefully now. Whoopi. When you go silent after a question, are you thinking, or are you deciding how much truth you're willing to give? The room shifts. A few audience members murmur. Joaquin stops moving. No smile. No immediate answer. Joy glances toward Sunny. Sunny folds her hands. Whoopi waits. 5 quiet seconds stretch longer than they should on live television. Joaquin looks at the table. Then toward Whoopi. Then away again. Nobody interrupts. Even the audience goes unusually still. Whoopi tilts her head slightly. Whoopi, Joaquin. He opens his mouth like he's about to speak. Stops. Looks down again. Another silence. Joy quietly mutters, half joking but audible enough. Joy. Well, this is either very deep or very bad. Audience nervous laughter breaks through. Joaquin finally leans back slightly, exhales, and looks toward Whoopi again. Joaquin. Aye. He stops again. The silence hangs heavier this time. Whoopi's expression changes from curious to genuinely concerned. Whoopi, you all right? Joaquin gives a small nod, but still doesn't speak. The audience falls quiet again. Sunny glances between them. Sunny, I think he's thinking. Whoopi waits, hands folded. Whoopi, take your time. Joaquin stares at the table for another moment, visibly trying to find words as the tension settles over the set and every camera in the studio seems to stay fixed on him. He shifts in his chair, one hand briefly rubbing against the other like he is trying to reset his thoughts. Joaquin, I think. He pauses again. The audience stays unusually quiet. Whoopi nods once, patient. Whoopi, go ahead. Joaquin lets out a breath. Joaquin, I think sometimes I stop talking because I'm trying not to say something dishonest. A few murmurs ripple through the audience. Sunny leans slightly forward. Sunny, dishonest to yourself or dishonest to everybody watching? Joaquin thinks about it. Joaquin, both. Joy tilts her head. Joy, but television is weird, right? Because everybody edits themselves. Joaquin gives a small smile. Joaquin, exactly. Joy, so what makes your editing different from everybody else's? Audience reacts with a light laugh. Joaquin glances toward her. Joaquin, maybe mine is slower. Audience laughter softens the room. Whoopi smiles too. Whoopi, okay, good. You're back with us. More laughter. Joaquin smiles briefly, but looks thoughtful again. Whoopi, because for a second there, I thought maybe I hit a nerve. Joaquin pauses. Joaquin, you probably did. The audience reacts immediately. Joy, aha! Sunny laughs under her breath. Whoopi raises her eyebrows. Whoopi, all right, now we're getting somewhere. Joaquin shifts again, visibly careful. Joaquin, not in a bad way. Whoopi, then what way? Another pause, though shorter this time. Joaquin, you asked if silence is me deciding how much truth to give. Whoopi nods. Joaquin, that's uncomfortable because I think people assume interviews are where you're supposed to reveal yourself. Sunny, Aren't they? Joaquin looks toward her. Joaquin, sometimes. Sunny. Okay. Joaquin. But there's also performance happening. Joy points at him immediately. Joy, see. That's actor talk. Audience laughs. Joy. Everything is performance. Joaquin shakes his head. Joaquin. No, I mean even here. He gestures lightly toward the table. Joaquin. Everybody's trying to be real, but everybody also knows cameras are on. The room gets quieter again. Whoopi nods slowly. Whoopi, that's fair. Alyssa speaks carefully. Alyssa, I actually agree with him. Joy turns. Joy, you agree with everybody. Audience laughter. Alyssa laughs. Alyssa, no, but seriously. You can be authentic and still aware you're being watched. Sunny crosses her arms lightly. Sunny, but audiences want honesty. Joaquin nods. Joaquin, and I think that pressure scares me. There is a noticeable shift in the audience. His voice sounds more vulnerable now. Whoopi watches him closely. Whoopi, scares you how? Joaquin takes another breath. Joaquin, because if people think you owe them honesty every second. He hesitates. Joaquin, eventually you stop knowing what belongs to you. The audience goes quiet again. Even Joy stops joking for a second. Sunny's expression softens. Sunny, that sounds exhausting. Joaquin nods. Joaquin, sometimes it is. Whoopi folds her hands together. Whoopi, can I tell you what I think people hear when you go quiet? Joaquin nods cautiously. Whoopi, I think some people hear distance. But I think other people hear somebody trying really hard not to fake an answer. Audience applause starts lightly. Joaquin looks surprised. Joaquin, that's probably closer. Whoopi, okay. Joy leans in. Joy, but now I have a rude question. Audience laughs. Joaquin laughs quietly. Joaquin, of course. Joy, do actors overthink everything? Laughter erupts. Joaquin smiles. Joaquin, probably. Joy, no, seriously. She points toward him dramatically. Joy, because I asked you one thing 10 minutes ago and we're emotionally unpacking silence. Big audience laughter. Even Joaquin laughs harder this time. Joaquin, that's fair. Whoopi laughs. Whoopi, she got you. Sunny jumps back in. Sunny, but I want to stay with something. Her tone shifts more serious again. Sunny, you said you don't want to say something dishonest. Joaquin nods. Sunny, does that mean there have been interviews where you felt pressured to say what people wanted? He pauses. Joaquin, yeah. Whoopi watches him. Whoopi, like politically? A brief silence. Joaquin, sometimes politically. Sometimes emotionally. Sunny, emotionally? Joaquin nods. Joaquin, people want clean stories. Whoopi, meaning? Joaquin leans back slightly. Joaquin, like, tell us what you learned. Tell us how fame changed you. Tell us what pain taught you. He shrugs. Joaquin, and sometimes life isn't organized enough for that. The audience murmurs approvingly. Joy tilts her head. Joy, but people also connect through stories. Joaquin, I know. Joy, so where's the line? He thinks for a moment. Joaquin, the line is when you start performing closure. The table gets quiet again. Sunny blinks. Sunny, wow. Whoopi leans back slowly. Whoopi, explain that. Joaquin looks down for a second before continuing. Joaquin, sometimes people want you to sound healed. Nobody interrupts. Joaquin, like if something hurt, you're supposed to explain it neatly. He pauses. Joaquin, and maybe sometimes you haven't figured it out. The audience claps softly. Sunny nods slowly. Sunny, that's honest. Joy interrupts gently. Joy, okay, but now I'm curious. She leans forward. Joy, you went completely silent earlier. Audience laughs nervously. Joy, what exactly were you thinking in that moment? Joaquin smiles awkwardly. Joaquin, you really want the truth? Joy, absolutely. Audience cheers. Joaquin glances toward Whoopi. Joaquin, I was trying to figure out whether answering honestly would sound rude. Whoopi bursts into laughter. The audience follows immediately. Whoopi, oh, now we're talking. Sunny laughs too. Sunny, rude toward who? Joaquin hesitates. Joaquin, maybe everybody. Audience laughter grows louder. Joy throws her hands up. Joy, see? Actors. Whoopi wipes under one eye, still laughing. Whoopi, no, hold on. She regains herself. Whoopi, what would have been rude? Joaquin looks down briefly again. This time the silence feels different, not frozen, but careful. Joaquin, I was thinking. He stops. Audience quiet. Joaquin exhales. Joaquin, sometimes I go quiet because I don't trust the setup. A reaction spreads instantly across the room. Some audience gasps. Joy's eyebrows shoot up. Sunny shifts in her seat. Whoopi stays still. Whoopi, the setup? Joaquin nods once. Joaquin, not just here. He gestures around carefully. Joaquin, in interviews. Sunny speaks carefully. Sunny, meaning the question? Joaquin nods slowly. Joaquin, sometimes questions aren't really questions. The audience quiets again. Whoopi studies him. Whoopi, okay. Joaquin, sometimes they're conclusions. Joy crosses her arms dramatically. Joy, oh, he came ready today. Audience laughter breaks the tension again. But Whoopi doesn't laugh this time. Her expression stays focused. Whoopi, are you saying my question had a setup? Joaquin immediately looks uncomfortable. Joaquin, no. He stops. Another pause. The audience reacts with soft, nervous laughter. Whoopi raises an eyebrow. Whoopi, that hesitation isn't helping you. Louder laughter. Joaquin rubs the back of his neck. Joaquin, I'm trying to answer without sounding defensive. Sunny leans in. Sunny, then just say it. Whoopi nods. Whoopi, yeah. Say it. Joaquin looks from one side of the table to the other. The audience becomes quiet again. Joaquin, okay. He exhales slowly. Joaquin, I think your question assumed silence means withholding. Whoopi's face changes slightly. Not offended, but sharper. Interested. Whoopi, and you think that's unfair? The room goes still again as Joaquin sits forward slightly, eyes fixed on the table before finally looking back up at her. Clearly aware the conversation has just shifted into something more uncomfortable than either of them expected. Joaquin sits forward slightly, eyes fixed on the table before finally looking back up at her. Clearly aware the conversation has shifted into something more uncomfortable than either of them expected. The audience stays quiet. Whoopi doesn't rush him. Whoopi, and you think that's unfair? Joaquin exhales slowly. Joaquin, maybe unfair isn't the word. Joy jumps in. Joy, here comes another pause. Audience laughter breaks the tension for a second. Joaquin smiles faintly. Joaquin, you're not wrong. Whoopi leans back a little. Whoopi, take your time. I asked. Joaquin nods. Joaquin, I think sometimes silence gets interpreted as strategy. Sunny, like avoidance? Joaquin, yeah. He pauses again, though shorter this time. Joaquin, or manipulation. Like somebody is holding something back on purpose. Sunny studies him. Sunny, and that's not what it is for you? Joaquin hesitates. Joaquin, not usually. Joy raises a finger immediately. Joy, not usually. Audience laughs. Joy, see, now we're getting honesty. Joaquin laughs quietly. Joaquin, sometimes sure, maybe people protect themselves. Whoopi nods. Whoopi, everybody does. Joaquin, exactly. He glances toward the audience briefly. Joaquin, but sometimes silence is literally just confusion. Sunny tilts her head. Sunny, confusion? Joaquin nods. Joaquin, like, trying to understand what somebody is really asking. The audience murmurs softly. Whoopi folds her hands again. Whoopi, okay. So when I asked if silence means deciding how much truth to give. She pauses. Whoopi, what did you hear? Joaquin thinks for a moment. Joaquin, honestly? Whoopi, please. Joaquin, I heard. He stops. Joy looks at the audience dramatically. Joy. Everybody drink every time he pauses. Big audience laughter. Even Joaquin laughs. Joaquin, I deserve that. Whoopi smiles but keeps her focus. Whoopi, go on. Joaquin exhales. Joaquin, I think I heard. Are you being honest with us? The room quiets again. Whoopi listens carefully. Whoopi, and that bothered you? Joaquin nods once. Joaquin, a little. Sunny leans in. Sunny, because? Joaquin looks thoughtful. Joaquin, because I think people can be honest and still private. Audience applause rises lightly. Whoopi nods slowly. Whoopi, that's true. Joy interrupts. Joy, but celebrities always say that. Audience laughter. Joy shrugs. Joy, you want privacy while sitting on television promoting things. Joaquin smiles. Joaquin, fair criticism. Joy, thank you. Audience laughter. Joaquin leans back slightly. Joaquin, But I think there's a difference between sharing and performing openness. Sunny repeats the phrase quietly. Sunny, performing openness. Joaquin nods. Joaquin, you know when somebody sounds vulnerable but it feels rehearsed? A few audience members clap immediately. Whoopi laughs softly. Whoopi. Oh, now you're talking about half of Hollywood. Huge laughter. Joy points toward Whoopi. Joy, you said it. Joaquin laughs harder now. The room loosens for a moment. Then Whoopi looks back toward him, expression more thoughtful. Whoopi, can I challenge you a little? Joaquin nods. Joaquin, sure. Whoopi, you're saying you don't want to perform honesty. Joaquin, yeah. Whoopi, but sitting in silence on live television, whether intentional or not, also becomes performance. The audience reacts immediately. A soft "oh" spreads across the room. Sunny nods slowly. Sunny, that's actually interesting. Joaquin looks down for a second. Not defensive. Thinking. Whoopi continues. Whoopi, because now everybody watches the silence. She gestures toward the audience. Whoopi. Everybody projects meaning onto it. Joy jumps in. Joy. We all started panicking. Audience laughter. Joy. I thought he hated us. More laughter. Joaquin shakes his head, smiling. Joaquin, no. Whoopi stays calm. Whoopi. But do you see my point? A longer pause settles in. The cameras would almost certainly be close now. Joaquin rubs his hands together lightly. Joaquin. Yeah. Whoopi raises an eyebrow. Whoopi, yeah? Joaquin nods slowly. Joaquin, I think you're probably right. A small reaction moves through the audience. Sunny watches closely. Joaquin continues. Joaquin, maybe silence becomes its own statement. Whoopi nods. Whoopi, exactly. Joaquin looks down briefly. Joaquin, that's uncomfortable. Sunny, why? Joaquin shrugs. Joaquin, because then even not speaking feels performative. The audience quiets again. Sunny leans back slowly. Sunny, that sounds exhausting. Joaquin laughs softly. Joaquin, yeah. Joy suddenly leans forward again. Joy, okay, I have to ask this. Audience laughs immediately. Joy, do you ever sit there during interviews and think, this question is ridiculous? Big laughter. Joaquin pauses. Smiles. Looks at Joy. Looks at the audience. Then back to Joy. Joaquin, yes. Huge audience laughter and applause. Whoopi laughs loudly. Sunny covers her mouth laughing. Joy slaps the table once. Joy, thank you. Audience cheering grows louder. Joy, finally. Joaquin laughs harder than before. Joaquin, but probably not as often as people think. Whoopi wipes at her eye again, laughing. Whoopi, okay, but now I'm curious. She points lightly toward him. Whoopi, have we asked one today? Audience erupts into laughter before Joaquin even answers. He visibly hesitates again. Joy stands her hand up like a referee. Joy, don't pause. Don't pause. Laughter grows louder. Joaquin laughs awkwardly. Joaquin, see, now there's pressure. Sunny grins. Sunny, that's daytime television. Whoopi smiles. Whoopi, you can tell the truth. Joaquin shifts in his seat. Joaquin, no, nothing ridiculous. Audience reacts with exaggerated disappointment. Joy points accusingly. Joy, coward. Laughter. Joaquin laughs. Joaquin, but difficult? Whoopi nods immediately. Whoopi, okay. Joaquin pauses again. The audience actually laughs at the pause now. Joaquin notices and laughs too. Joaquin, you all ruined silence for me. More laughter. Then his expression turns more thoughtful. Joaquin, I think the difficult part is, sometimes questions ask for certainty. Sunny, explain. Joaquin, like tell us exactly who you are. He gestures lightly. Joaquin, tell us what you believe. Tell us how you changed. He shrugs. Joaquin, and I don't always know. The audience quiets. Whoopi nods slowly. Whoopi, that's honest. Joaquin, I think people want confidence. Sunny, television rewards confidence. Joaquin nods. Joaquin, even fake confidence. Joy laughs. Joy, oh, there's a lot of fake confidence on TV. Audience laughter. Whoopi glances sideways at Joy. Whoopi, speak for yourself. More laughter. Then Whoopi turns serious again. Whoopi, can I tell you what I think viewers struggle with? Joaquin nods. Whoopi, people feel like they know public figures. The audience quiets again. Whoopi, and when somebody goes quiet, suddenly it feels personal. Sunny nods. Sunny, like rejection. Whoopi points towards Sunny. Whoopi, exactly. She looks back at Joaquin. Whoopi. So when you go silent, people sometimes think he doesn't want to be here. A beat. Joaquin looks genuinely uncomfortable. Joaquin. That makes me sad, actually. The audience reacts softly. Sunny's expression changes immediately. Sunny, because. Joaquin exhales. Joaquin. Because I'm usually trying very hard to be present. Nobody interrupts. Joaquin. I just don't always know how to be present in the way people expect. The room becomes noticeably quieter. Even Joy doesn't jump in right away. Whoopi studies him for a second, then asks more gently than before. Whoopi, can I ask you something personal? Joaquin looks up. Careful again. Joaquin, depends. Audience laughs softly. Whoopi smiles. Whoopi, fair. She pauses. Whoopi, do you think silence protects you or isolates you? The audience goes still again. Joaquin immediately looks down. His hands stop moving. No joke this time. No smile. Just another long pause settling over the table, as even the hosts seem to realize the conversation has landed somewhere much more personal than expected. The studio stays quiet. Nobody rushes to fill the silence this time. Not even Joy. Joaquin looks down at his hands for several seconds, then exhales slowly through his nose. Joaquin, probably both. The audience remains still. Whoopi nods once, not interrupting. Whoopi, both. Joaquin gives a small shrug. Joaquin, I think silence protects me from saying something I'll regret. He pauses. A few audience members laugh softly, understanding the feeling. Joaquin, but it probably also makes people feel far away from me. Sunny speaks carefully. Sunny, do you feel far away from people? The question lands softly rather than sharply. Joaquin thinks. Joaquin, sometimes. Another quiet settles. Joaquin, not because I want to. Whoopi watches him closely. Whoopi, then why? He shifts in his chair. Joaquin, I think sometimes when people are watching you a lot. He pauses again, though now nobody laughs. The room has adjusted to his rhythm. Joaquin, you stop knowing when you're being yourself and when you're reacting. Sunny nods slowly. Sunny, that sounds lonely. Joaquin gives a small smile that doesn't fully reach his eyes. Joaquin, sometimes it can be. Joy leans in, gentler than before. Joy, I joke around, but I think people mistake quiet for arrogance. The audience murmurs. Joy, especially on television. Joaquin nods. Joaquin, yeah. Joy shrugs. Joy. If somebody doesn't perform enthusiasm, audiences think, oh, this person hates being here. Light laughter. Joaquin smiles. Joaquin. And meanwhile I'm sitting there panicking internally. The audience laughs warmly. Whoopi laughs too. Whoopi, see. That's the thing. She gestures toward him. Whoopi, that right there. People connect with that. Sunny nods. Sunny, because that's vulnerable without sounding rehearsed. Joaquin laughs quietly. Joaquin, I didn't rehearse panic. Audience laughter breaks the tension again. Whoopi leans forward. Whoopi, can I say something? Joaquin nods. Whoopi, I think what happened today is interesting. The audience quiets. Whoopi, because you went silent. She pauses. Whoopi, and everybody here reacted differently. She points lightly around the table. Whoopi, Joy thought something was wrong. Joy, I thought we offended him. Audience laughter. Sunny laughs. Sunny, I thought he was processing. Alyssa, I thought it was honesty. Whoopi nods. Whoopi, and I thought maybe I'd pushed too hard. Joaquin looks surprised. Joaquin, really? Whoopi shrugs. Whoopi, of course. Her tone stays calm. Whoopi, people think hosts don't notice energy. She gestures lightly. Whoopi, you feel when somebody shuts down. Sunny nods. Sunny, especially live. Whoopi looks back at him. Whoopi, and for a minute there, I genuinely wasn't sure if you wanted to leave. A nervous ripple of laughter moves through the audience. Joaquin shakes his head quickly. Joaquin, no. Whoopi, good. Audience laughter. Joaquin smiles. Joaquin, no, I think I was trying to answer honestly. Whoopi points at him. Whoopi, and that's where the silence came from. Joaquin nods. Joaquin, yeah. Sunny folds her hands. Sunny, you know what's funny? Joaquin looks over. Sunny, I think audiences expect fast honesty. Joaquin nods immediately. Sunny, And maybe honest answers take time. Audience applause rises. Whoopi claps lightly. Whoopi, that's good. Joy raises a hand. Joy. Okay, but I still reserve the right to interrupt dramatic silences. Huge audience laughter. Joaquin laughs harder again. Joaquin, fair. Joy points toward him. Joy, because this is television. More laughter. Whoopi smiles. Whoopi, before we let you go. She pauses. Whoopi, what do you wish people understood when they see somebody go quiet? The audience settles again. Joaquin thinks. This pause feels calmer now. Less tense. More reflective. Joaquin, I guess. He glances briefly toward the audience. Joaquin, I wish people knew silence isn't always absence. Nobody interrupts. Joaquin, sometimes somebody is trying really hard to be honest. A quiet round of applause starts. Then grows louder. Sunny nods. Joy nods too. Whoopi smiles warmly. Whoopi, that's a good place to end. Audience applause grows stronger. Whoopi turns toward the audience. Whoopi, we'll be right back. The crowd cheers as the cameras pull wider and conversation at the table immediately shifts into quieter off-air energy. Joy leans toward Joaquin with a grin. Joy, you know people are going to talk about this, right? Audience laughter continues as music plays. Joaquin laughs. Joaquin, that terrifies me. Whoopi pats the table lightly. Whoopi, you survived. The segment fades out with applause still lingering and audience members visibly talking among themselves, some smiling, others clearly replaying the uncomfortable silence in their heads. After the show, clips begin circulating online almost immediately. Short videos of Joaquin's long pause spread across platforms, with viewers debating what really happened. Some posts frame the moment as uncomfortable television, while others call it one of the most honest exchanges they've seen on daytime TV. Comments pour in from every angle. Was he upset or just thinking? That silence said more than words. Whoopi actually asked a real question. He looked overwhelmed. Joy made it less awkward. Others debate whether audiences expect too much emotional access from public figures, with many viewers replaying Joaquin's comment about honesty, privacy, and silence. Some viewers criticize the tension. Others praise the conversation for feeling unusually human and unscripted. Entertainment pages post clips analyzing the pause frame by frame, while fans argue whether Joaquin looked uncomfortable, thoughtful, defensive, or simply overwhelmed by the pressure of answering honestly in front of a live audience. By later that evening, reactions continue building, not because of yelling or drama, but because nothing explosive actually happened. Instead, people keep returning to the same uncomfortable, strangely relatable question. What does silence really mean? And maybe that's why the moment sticks. Not because anyone lost control, not because anybody stormed off, but because for a few minutes, live television slowed down enough for discomfort, honesty, humor, and misunderstanding to exist in the same conversation. If you watched this moment, share your opinion in the comments. What do you think Joaquin's silence really meant? And make sure to subscribe to the Star Talks for more real talk show stories.